Hey everyone, Big Pauly back for a brand new video. A little bit of a different video today. I want to address a few things. So this is not any movie reviews. This is really a discussion. There's a couple of things that I want to say, a couple of things I want to talk about and get people's responses from. It's about the movies, the cinemas, the releases that have been delayed, and how we may get around it and overcome it. So anyway, I've broken it down into little sections so I can address each one. The first section is regarding the cinemas around the world. Now, as a lot of people know, the growing virus in America, which is totally out of control at the moment, has forced cinemas, theatres as I like to call them, in America to close in a lot of places. California, I think Texas and Florida and places like that, which has caused a problem because there were a lot of films that were scheduled to reopen. Tenet, which had already been delayed until the middle of August. Also Mulan as well, which was I think probably due out around about now, and that had already been delayed as well. And cinemas in other places of the world are already open. Some are, some aren't, depending on how you are with the virus in your particular country. Some cinemas in the UK are already open. Some Odeons are open. I know that for a fact that the Blue Water Showcase is already open, showing Empire Strikes Back and other catalogue films. The cinemas in Germany that are open, cinemas in China are already open. And Cineworld here in the UK is scheduled to open on the 31st of July. View should be opening hopefully soon, but there's no firm date on that. I'm hoping maybe 31st as well, as on their website it states films like Interstellar, Inception, The Dark Knight, Empire Strikes Back, and they're all opening on the 30th. Apparently they're opening on the 30th of July. But there's also brand new films as well. The one with Russell Crowe that opens on the 31st. So, yeah, so cinemas in America are closed on the most part, but around the world they're starting to open up. And there's even people that have already been to the cinema in the UK. And the loss of money from these cinemas is going to cause a major problem. AMC, which is the largest cinema chain in the world, in America, I think they owe something like $300 or $500 million in debt anyway. And with them carrying on being closed, it's not going to look good for them. There's also now talk about further delays in movies because of the escalating virus in the US. Movie release delays. As we know, Tenet has been delayed, Mulan's been delayed, Wonder Woman, A Quiet Place 2, Black Widow, No Time to Die. These are all massive, massive $100 million plus dollar movies that are just sitting idle. And the thing is, the studios have to start getting their money back. It's not their money that made these films, it's their investors. So if their investors are insisting that they want some return out of it, then, you know, the studios have to at least try to get some money back. Delaying these movies for so long is going to hurt cinemas. It's going to hurt the big cinemas. The small cinemas are going to completely vanish. Probably a lot of the small cinemas won't open up again now. So it's mainly the big multiplexes. And every time a film gets delayed, Tenet has been delayed maybe 3 times now. No Time to Die is scheduled for release 10th, I think it's the 10th or the 12th of November, but there's also a few suggestions that maybe there'll be an announcement that will get pushed back to April next year, so that will literally be a year from when it was supposed to come out. And of course, with all these films being delayed, there's nothing coming out on physical media. It's not just the cinemas that are going to be in deep stum. You take into consideration places like HMV. I mean, I've been in a few HMVs the last couple of weeks. There's literally been no one in them. There's like maybe 5 people in one store, 2 people in another, because there's no new releases. Yeah, they can sell Arrow releases and other catalogue titles, which will mainly be released, over the next couple of months, and back catalogues and new 4K restorations and that. But without those big films to bring people in, HMV could seriously be in trouble this year. This topic is probably going to cause a bit of controversy. Should we stream the big 2020 movies to platforms? Now, we've seen with Trolls World Tour that had a budget of 90 million. That actually made back over 100 million. And the official line is that Trolls World Tour made more money for Universal in 3 weeks than the previous film did in 5 months in the cinema. And that's opened Universal's eyes, and maybe it's opened a lot of other film companies' eyes as well. We're seeing more and more films getting streamed now, and if it's a way that these film companies can get their money back, at least some of it, they may be considering it. When you have to consider that some of these massive blockbusters are like 100, 200, maybe $300 million in budget, the only way that they could get around that would obviously be rentals. Say, for instance, you've got No Time to Die. Stick it at a £15 rental and stick it on Netflix. 100 million people around the world watch it and rent it. That's $1.5 billion. So they can clearly get their money back. But then the main problem with streaming is piracy and torrents and illegal streaming. So once a good copy gets downloaded and burned, then there's potential for it to be streamed and downloaded on piracy illegally, and that's going to cause a hell of a lot of headaches for the movie companies, because that's where they'll lose the money. So piracy is the big problem when it comes to putting these big films onto a streaming platform for rentals. Trolls World Tour made their money back. They made a huge amount of money. They've recently released it in America on Blu-ray and 4K, so it shows that it is possible. The other thing is that, yes, we want to see these big films on the screen. I want to see Tenet, No Time to Die, Black Widow, all these films on the big screen. Maybe this year we can't. Maybe this year they shouldn't delay the films any more than they are delayed. Maybe they should just stream them, get them done, and then they can concentrate on new films in 2021. Also, when it comes to releasing films in America at the moment, okay, their cinemas are closed, but that doesn't mean other cinemas around the world can't show the films. We sometimes get films 2 weeks before the American release date. I think there was a 2-week gap with No Time to Die on the release date between the UK and the US. So in order for these companies to get some of their money back, okay, the cinemas might be closed in America, but there's no reason why places like Germany, the UK, China, other places can't actually show the films in the theatres. Of course, then that also creates the possibility of piracy by way of camcorders set up in cinemas. But that's pretty crap. Nobody wants to see a massive film from a taped from a camcorder with someone coughing and walking past the screen. So that's basically it. I just wanted to get a couple of these points out that have been on my mind for the last couple of days. I've had a few discussions with people on the Big Pauly Chatting Movies Facebook page, but I'm torn because yes, we want to go to the cinema. We want to see the films now. So should we stream them? Can we delay the cinemas again? Can we delay these big films to like April or mid 2021. Can the film companies and the distributors hold them and not bring in any money for them? They're all valid points. I'd love to hear your comments and what you think and how you think we should go about it. Should we hold on to the films, just brush them to one side, at least until it's safe? But as I say, movie theatres in the UK are pretty much getting, I wouldn't say back to normal, but from the 31st of July, Cineworld is opening their cinemas up around the country. So that's going to be a huge influx of hopefully people going to the cinema. I certainly am, even though on their website they do state the cleaning facilities, you know, how they're doing the spacing, seating, wearing the masks and things like that. I think you'll probably have to book online. I don't think you can just turn up at the cinema. You'll need to book online to book that seat, and you'll need to wear a mask through the cinema until you get to your seat. Then you can take it off. But as long as everybody's spaced out and there's cleaning facilities, I can't see any problem. And for now, because there aren't any really big films to show, they're going to be showing a lot of catalogue titles. So Empire Strikes Back, 40th anniversary, definitely in for that one. Interstellar, Dark Knight, Back to the Future, they're all going to be showing these classics. This might also be an opportunity for these film companies to get some revenue back. If you'd put on Back to the Future a year ago, yes, some people would have gone to the cinema to see it. It may have made a little bit of money, but I think now it's actually going to make more money than they probably think. This might be a way of getting people back into the cinemas and getting some of that lost revenue back, at least to tide them over. Also, the other option, other than streaming these big blockbuster movies that are on hold, do they release them straight to physical media? Release them straight to DVD, straight to Blu-ray, and straight to 4K. I can't see that happening. That is an option though. But then you also have the piracy problem, because once you've got a nice 4K copy of, say, A Quiet Place 2 out there, there's going to be potential, you know, for mass production of piracy. So when it comes to streaming and when it comes to physical copies, the piracy is the main problem, which studios are going to have a problem with. But yeah, I'm very interested in what you think. Stick down in the comments how you feel about the current situation with cinemas, and if you're going to the cinema when they open, and what should we do with the big films? Should we delay them and just watch films that we've got in our collection, or would you rather them go to streaming or Blu-ray and 4K and DVD? Stick down in the comments and we'll have a nice lively discussion. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this little video. I just wanted to get some stuff out there and just to see how everybody else feels. So hope you enjoyed the video. Like it by giving it some thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Comment down below, as I say, your thoughts on the situation, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.